Welcome to this segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. I'm going to briefly get into some more information on the missing girl in Africa and her mother and the boyfriend who took the girl, killed the girl, Jocelyn Smith. Is she 6 years old or 7 years old? Um, I don't know if they found her body yet, but someone said, "Hi, babies, how are you doing? Please put my cash app in the chat for me, please." But when I Googled it, it said that this is not true and people are lying and spreading rumors and gossiping. And the authorities in Africa said, would people please stop telling lies and spreading false rumors and statements? They have not found the body. However, they could have found it or in the area of it, and they don't want anybody to know. Now, I've been talking to her, and it's something she's been telling me. I don't have a map of the area, but she is showing me a big body of ocean, or the ocean or sea nearby her or around that area where her mother's boyfriend kidnapped her, raped, and there's another man involved. And she keeps saying to me, they keep saying, "You're sexy, you're sexy." They fucking her mama and fucking her at the same goddamn time. Somebody has been molesting that girl and call themselves in love with that little girl or want to be her lover. This a grown ass man, and that one right there, Apollos, last name Apollos. This is not her birth father that did this. This is the mother's lover, one of her lovers. You know, goddamn it, I see several niggas up here fucking the mama. The mama got several lovers. The boyfriend pimps the mother out. He fuck on her, let other niggas fuck on her. Goddamn it. Sell her and buy and trade her for dope. She like dick and dope. I see her licking her mouth and sniffing in her nose like just like you light a crack pipe or something. Something she light up and smoke. I don't see that she like snorts meth. I don't see she snorts coke. I don't see she's addicted to coke. I don't see she's addicted to pills. She's addicted to lighting something like a crack pipe, but it's not completely cracked. She might be lighting that goddamn meth, smoking the meth, but she also put something in her mouth, maybe alcohol as well, and put it around her clit. Oh, she's a nasty bitch that has no margin. Now they got her fucked out of her mind because she's a beautiful woman. So I'm sure that, they wanted to get her all tricked up and tricked out like that. She's in the underworld. A part of her is dead. Some real bad shit happened to this lady to make her zone out like that. And that they got her caught up. It's a white man got her caught up, but for some reason, several men's here of different races, of mixed race that be fucking all on her. And she got all these different lovers. And this little girl, the little girl is trying to repeat to me, the mother, that's the clown face. When I look at that little girl, I see a clown face on her. The mother is a clown. And the way it's comical and in another alternative reality. If you look at Anna Nicole Smith, that's what just came to her. Anna Nicole Smith had a clown face on her when she was pregnant with her last child, her daughter, Danny Lynn, who looks just like her. And the lawyer that claimed he was so crazy about her and protecting her was drugging her. And I believe the Marshall man, the older man that left her the millions, and his son was fighting her and said she was just fucking him and a prostitute and a stripper, trying to get close to him to get the money. I believe they hired the lawyer to be around Anna Nicole and keep her drugged up and gave him a fee to kill her motherfucking ass. He was a handler and kept her drugged up and sex addict and stuff and had her on the MK Ultra kind of program. And going down the rabbit hole like the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, off to see the Wizard of Oz type of a Hollywood program. because she was just a bombshell like Marilyn, and she was channeling Marilyn as well. And you see they got her ass caught up in what she know and money and shit. She trying to get the same way Marilyn Monroe was fucking JFK and his goddamn it brother Bobby. They was passing her around, using her as an MK Ultra mind slave. Plus women's like that, they come up as sex bombshells and they did plastic surgery and stuff on her face. Made her look like they wanted her to look. They do that to all of them back then. They still do it now. And a lot of those women are assets for the CIA and the FBI. They put them as handlers for powerful men, and some of those powerful men are also handlers and coaches. Just like Bob Hope in the movie, this lady wrote a book called Thanks for the Memories. He was her handler and had her fucking all the actors and prostitutes. Had their own in-house prostitutes, just like the Playboy girls, just like the Victoria's Secret, just like the singers, the dancers. All of them is in-house prostitutes. And they had a little children's prostitute because a lot of people wants them. Well, some of these men around Jocelyn Smith's mother, because they got her approached this fat white man for some reason, like he owns some mines around there. The little girl, and the spirits keep telling me there are mines under that ground and train tracks under there, but they don't have the locomotive trains, the electric trains running down there anymore, but they have, it looks like, just like what Nipsey described to me, underground at the marathon and with the Mexican cartel tying in with the black gang got there, they selling dope and putting it in there through the underground track. This is old train tracks, go different ways, and it looks like some type of little bitty boat, but it's a compartment, like a metal compartment with wheels on it that run the track. She is saying underneath there are mines, and some of them are abandoned mines. It's this white man's house. She said they deal with trafficking under there. Gem trafficking, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and they commit murders up under there, or they hide the bodies and then they roll them along the track or take the organs out and wrap them with dope. The little girl is telling me she's under that goddamn ground in one of them motherfucking mines with a metal door on it, with a ladder. I told y'all this other day, she showed me underground these old mines up under there where they live. But the girl says she's laying up there under the ground, but it's not too deep, and it's by the water. She by the water, like this big old body of ocean. Y'all tell me the name of it if you see what I'm talking about. Is around that regular ass dirt area, the broke up rocks and shit up under there, because it's like it's a quarry. It used to be a quarry there. And they still use parts of it for smuggling. It's this big older white man, fat with a fat stomach. He be wearing these boots up to his kneecap or to his thigh, like some kind of rubber boots. And because they be digging in this wet areas and muddy areas and different like watery areas as well underground, like caverns or caves. The little girl has seen it. She's showing me where she at. She's in a shallow spot there under that ground with a door, a metal door. You lift the door up. She says other ones of us down here too. I have seen them. Now, they said they ain't found nobody, so maybe the little girl is still alive somewhere. So I could be totally wrong about what I'm getting, but for some reason I'm seeing that she feels comfortable talking to me. She said it's child trafficking rings over there. And they fall in love with children. They do snuff movies, they do porn, they put it on the internet. She say they get fake identities for children. They get fake identities for adults and steal people's identities, steal their bank statement, have insurance policies on people that are on the dark web. Wealthy men pay to see these little children killed, raped, tortured, put in cages. For some reason, the Ethiopian girl in Israel showed me she's seen this room with these cages where they lock people and children in these goddamn cages. Has anybody seen the Ethiopian girl over there in Israel? Or somebody tell me, is the little girl still missing? Because I'm going to look into that, but I'm trying to finish this one right here because this little girl is all over me. Jocelyn, and she's very talkative. She's very inquisitive and has a very curious mind. She has a photographic memory. She likes to talk and she likes a lot of attention and she don't forget nothing. And she's very observant about the details. But I guess her mama and who else around her don't really pay the little girl no attention and we're educating her and she could draw because she's drawing for me. And she's showing me these older white men, and they are businessmen. They go up in from Africa down to the government, to the dark web, overseas. She just say Epstein. They talk and see Epstein and come over to the United States and in the entertainment industry and with celebrities over here and Hollywood moguls over here. And they tie into the child trafficking rings in Mexico that feed into the U.S. and other parts of the world. And then she's mentioning Russia and Ukraine. And she said some of these children are still a delicacy. The adrenochrome, the glands in the brain, the organs, and certain ones they will pick. She said, I was picked. They picked her out of a lineup. She said, this is going to happen again. This is happening right now. They are all races, all colors. She said, and with the so-called black children, there are different mixtures of black children and add mixtures that they like. She said, but a lot of them will prefer a real dark brown black girl because it's a different type of Christ consciousness. And they like to take the consciousness out and they like to take the hormones out of the glands in the brain. She's saying the pineal, the pituitary, the hypothalamus. She said going back into the hippocampus and the memory cortex. They like to take these and create software and visionary software out of these things. She said, you'd be surprised. Not only do they use all the natural metals and resources for Africa, for cell phones and blood diamonds and gold and coltan, they also use human DNA to create these virtual reality products. And it ties, she's saying, to NASA and outer space. They take this to store in the laboratories in space, the space stations, to create like superhuman humanoids, androids, create the cells, merging the cells with the computer chip, like the merging the mind in the machine, like a Terminator being and a Terminator seed, merging human DNA with food, merging human and animal DNA together and putting it in a computer where they will have uploaded the consciousness of the person and the whole genetic sequence of the person and then alter it and make it superhuman. God consciousness, to hold the God consciousness. And she said all of this is done on the black web, the other identity, the other person, but this physical person. They physically kill, but not really kill, like undead, because you don't know that they save the DNA and they replicate certain people like they did with Henrietta Lacks. She said that we were doing this in Egypt. All of the old countries all around the world and in the United States, we had the labs for this, and they have the scrolls. And this was the Pope and all the other ones are doing. That's how the scientists took our technology and hide it from us. Fuck you up with it. Alter your blood with it. Alter your DNA with it. I'm seeing her. When they find her, it won't be too deep. When she told me the other day, look at what I can do. And she laid down, she lifted, she sat up from the head to the waist out of the body and said, look at what I can do. I said, oh, that's not good. Like she thought it was a trick. or something, I can do a lot of what people I haven't seen anybody can do. Look at what I can do. And she'd lay back down in it. I've seen a couple people do that for me. They'll show me what they can do. And I said, oh, uh-oh. Okay, so you know that you could be physically dead right now because you are showing me your soul body and your astral body lifting up. She said, look at this trick. I learned this. And lay back down. I said, so you know you can do this and you knew you couldn't do it before. So it's like, yes, I can do magic. Look at me. Coming up and down like this. And I said, oh, baby, that's not good. That's not good. But show me. I'm going to watch. Be here with you. She comes to Atlanta and then I go to with her. Like they do. When they trust me, when they feel comfortable with me, she basically showed me everything. And she said several men did this. And that the mother who's doing this to also get revenge on the mother. And the mother knew that this was going to happen because she was threatened and she put that little girl in that position. And she said, what did she say? She came home earlier and the boyfriend said he hadn't seen the little girl since 2 o'clock. But then they said really he said he hadn't seen her since early in the morning. And she got word and then around 6 o'clock, you then called the police. Really, hoe? Really, bitch? Really, slut? You would think a little girl looking, a beautiful little girl like that. My little girl, period. I see you every day. I know your schedule. I know you go to school. Your baby. And I'm looking for you. I left you with my junkie nigga. Junkie like you has no morals, no integrity. You, first of all, why would you leave her there with him when you and him are sluts just alike? You do anything, he do any goddamn thing. You're gonna leave her with him as if you sold her to him, unless you lent her to him, bitch. You let him borrow her, fondle her. I mean, have you done this before? Because you know the demonic oath you took. This demons all over. She's a clown demon on her. You know what kind of clown demon it reminds me of? What is the name? Because I wished I could see it. I don't know whether to watch the replays of that thing. And Angela Bassett was on there and Papa Legba was on there because she made a deal with Angela. She was playing Marie Laveau. It was this clown on there and it lived out in the woods. This fat white man that had this real pasty ass, flower like ass, goddamn it, paste on their face like clowns do with an orange ass, wide ass, dick sucker mouth. Orange ass nose with a clown outfit on and some long, sharp ass damn snake teeth is in his mouth. He like to watch lovers. Guess because nobody don't want to fuck him. He wait till lovers come out there in the woods, put their picnic blanket and shit out there, had a picnic basket, you know, they lovers foods and all that shit, eat and fuck out there in the grass, then come up there and stab their motherfucking ass to death. Just start sticking, motherfucker just leaking out there. They out there bleeding like a son of a bitch out there in the goddamn grass. Ain't nobody in the woods. Then he live in the goddamn school bus and pick up children sometime. American Horror Story. Goddamn it, that's it. I don't know what season this was, but this goddamn it clown sick. And you like to be around children and lure them like them. When it's for real, use the motherfuckers as clown like John Wayne Gacy, like the full little boys in they butt. And niggas ride the ice cream truck and lure children to the ice cream truck. See, that's why I never let my son go to the ice cream truck. Goddamn it. You know, it was different when we were at the ice cream truck in the projects and go get the dill pickles with the vinegar and the pig feet. I never ate that part, but they would have all kinds of shit like that in the jar and all kind of candy and push up and ice cream. And my grandma might let us go to the ice cream truck maybe once a week or something because she was really meticulous about taking care of my teeth. So I couldn't really do that shit and eat, candy and shit every day. She was like that. All the grandchildren that were with her, they had flawless teeth when they left her. Now, I don't know how long I'll maintain them, but she taught me that's why I learned how to take care of my teeth with my grandma. She didn't play that shit. So now it's a totally different era. You don't know what's on that ice cream truck. You don't know what kind of pervert, because that's usually what they do. School teachers, preachers, musicians, choir directors, deal with little kids. Any organization, homeless people, foster kids and shit, because I've been a foster kid before. So these are usually the places where these motherfuckers hide. And usually when you see them interacting with kids, a lot of preachers have kids and boys, usually they butt plug them. Because that's how the specialists go in an area, a depressed area, where a lot of them being raised with women by themselves on some type of public assistance and want a father figure for so bad and niggas ain't around. They'll get these kind of people or football coaches like Jerry Sandusky, any type of sports coach that train little boys, boy coach, a lot of times they be fucking them. Why do you think a lot of these athletes be so brutal and vicious towards women and beat their ass and they really can't function with women? Because they don't want to tell you. A lot of times either they're molested by the mother's boyfriend, stepdaddy, and then in coaching somewhere or in a religion or any type of Boy Scout shit. My son, like, I guess is one reason why he was so mad at me when he was little, because I didn't let him do shit like that because I knew what happened to me. And I was around preachers and shit, and that's where the shit was going on at. And little girls molesting little girls, boys molesting little boys and shit. I remember there was some women who came to my mother's church. They had daughters, and one tried to have, like, rape me in the back of the fucking bus. A bitch. Traumatized me. So it was male and female. This kind of shit goes on in those circles. So I'm like, well, Mom, can I play Little League? No, baby. Can I be in the Boy Scouts? No, baby. Can I go football? No, baby. Can I go to choir? No, baby. I know I'm not a man and you're a boy and it's hurting you right now because I don't want you to be too feminine, but because you're little and you can't defend yourself, I can't let you go. And one day I will explain to you. You will understand when you get older. I know you hate me and you don't want to be here and you wish you had a mother, somebody had a lot of children and that will let you do what you want and go here, go there. I can't let you do that. Now, once he got older, he understood and he started seeing these things on the news and other boys started telling him what happened to them. And, boys in our family, twisting around like a sissy, popping their mouth and shit. Oh, your cousins, we get to spend a night. Or I went here and they did this to me and they did that to me. I was like, did they ever do that to you? He said, no. I said, I know you always felt like you missed a lot. And you did. Because I did not have a husband here, boyfriend here, nobody I trusted. And I know you missed a lot growing up. You're just going to have to find role models now and redo a lot of your childhood stuff that I traumatized you because I was not going to let you be traumatized by somebody else. So I know you were deprived of these things. I don't care about you being angry with me. As long as I don't have to hear now that when you were back then, you getting fucked in the ass and dicks at a fucking club or Boy Scouts way out in the woods or some shit. I will never hear that. I know I will never hear that because I know it never happened. But a lot of these people open their children up to this. And when I look at that little girl, I see that same clown, molestation, murdering spirit, child trafficking spirit, and drug, dick, and dope spirit. The little girl is literally wearing a mask of her mother. And the little girl keeps showing. That's how I see it, because the little girl lets me see it's how sick her mother is. And how twisted her mother is. There's so many goddamn men's. The little girl can't even give me a goddamn it number for the goddamn men's because she said that this bitch fuck men's in clusters. It's never like the bitch is a porn star, goddamn it. They need to put her on goddamn it Africa on OnlyFans, or need to put her on OnlyFans and goddamn it put it over here and send her a check, goddamn it, because she's telling me this lady don't like to fuck no one-on-one nigga. If she fucking a one-on-one nigga, that must be one part of the day or one day. The bitch like to get trains. She like to get goddamn it gangbang, like 3 niggas minimum at a goddamn time. Lord forgive me for saying this about this bitch. That's what the little girl is saying. God damn it. And the little girl telling me she possibly dead. Physically. But she up and out. She get in the body, out of the body. So I don't know if that means she's been wounded. She's unconscious. She comes in and out of consciousness, but she's still physically alive, barely, or been extremely injured because I see blood on her and I see her naked. And some grown ass man wants this little girl to be his grown lover, trying to fuck her like she's grown ass. And this kind of shit happens every day. Can anybody give me any follow-ups on the Ethiopian little girl that's in Israel? Anybody heard anything? Because I need to get on her next. But this here, the way these little girls are, The way they come to me, they're just like grown women. When they start talking to me, these souls are heavy souls. Because this girl has a heavy karma on her. Because just think, if that happened to her at 6 and 7 years old, that means there's a lot of heavy karma from a past life shit with her and her mama. Well, this shit might have happened to this little girl before. And she's reincarnating, and the mother been a hoe in previous goddamn it land lifetime and shit. This is some heavy karma when somebody dies that young. Physically comes in to have the experience just to leave that young. A lot of stuff is preordained and predestined to happen the way the fuck it's happening. And her soul is very grown, very old, and very strong from several different races. And she come into this incarnation dealing with slavery and bondage and sexual oppression and trafficking. And her energy is so big that she wants my undivided attention. When they come in, a lot of times they get really bold like that. So when they want to talk and they hang around, then she takes me there. Let me show you this. And then she comes to Atlanta and hang here. A lot of them like to come to Atlanta. I give her undivided attention so I can get it. That's where I'm going to find her. Around the ocean. It's around that area that she lives in. It's different color blue. Sometimes the water is different color blue. And she's under the ground. And there's metal. There's all these different doors or openings under there where they used to mine. There's some type of mine. And she said the tracks are still functioning. They push bodies and other things along through the underground tracks. And regular people don't know they're there. It's a whole industry, she says to me. This is where they're going to find her. I have to sit and take more time for her to draw it because she already drew it like a CF. Just as clear. And she shows me this is also involving sex and drugs. Sex addiction, drug addiction, selling drugs, and prostitution. This has something to do with her murder, with the mother and the boy, and her kidnapping first, and then having a fetish to fuck little kids, fucking little girls. And also the person that's involved in it is a money man. You cannot see. Like a kingpin, a mafia underworld kingpin that's making money off of this shit that's real sneaky. They go in and out of that camp and they playing two sides. It's two of them, and it's some grown ass women that know exactly what happened. That's laughing and secretly giving information out and celebrating that this is out the way it is. But they are also, look at me, this women, older women, sex traffickers that are part of the police and a part of government over there that pass certain of this shit through. So I wonder, do they really not have the money for investigation for murder? Because I seen something to the Navy, one Navy, I don't know which Navy has gotten involved. Or you don't want to do it because this will expose all y'all motherfuckers in law enforcement and shit and in politics that go way high up. It's black and white folks involved in this shit here. One of these people, if the mama ain't a drunk, the boyfriend is a drunk. You know, no morals whatsoever. This little girl was set up and it looked like she was backstabbed. That little girl is bound, and overkill was committed on this girl. There's somebody coming in real quickly to help move her out of here, and it just keeps showing lovers. It keeps showing sexual relationship. Her and her mama got a boyfriend, a lover, and this is not an agreeing boyfriend for this child. Some grown man done made this little girl they love her, and it's 2, 3 of them. I hope they did not take turns on her. See, I don't like to look at these types of things, especially about a child, somebody so little that could have never asked for or deserved some shit like that. But some people are wired like that. They like to be in love with many people, like tiny people, like little bitty girls. And to say she's enticing me, she's seducing me, the way her smile is, the way she looks at me and bats those eyes, and looking at me, she's coming on to me, she wants me. That little girl don't even have nothing like that in her mind. She don't even know what the fuck that means. But because she's attracted to you, she's turning you on. You didn't blame her to justify going to attack and rape that goddamn, oh boy, and making the bargains with the mother. Ooh, happy endings and reunions are turned upside down here. And what bothers me is that the death card keeps coming up, and it came up with the Ten of Swords. So Somebody deliberately sabotaged the mother and sabotaged the little girl. Committed overkill to the little girl. Temperance. Some of these cards, I was trying to get the deck. I said, what do you want me to know? And when I know what that means when that happens, and I've dealt with other readers that happened to, I'm trying to pick up the deck, and it's like a whole bunch of cards jump out and fall on the floor. I already know. Put the deck down. Turn the cards over that fell on the floor, because it's not an accident and it's so overwhelming what they want to say, they'll knock the cards out of your hand. I started looking at it, and that's when I saw this. Justice, police are involved, healing turned upside down, death, the Ten of Swords. Women, there are some women celebrating this. The women involved in this, somebody in their mind had some type of adult relationship with this girl. This is a three-way love relationship. So it's like the mama and the little girl got the same love. What the fuck? This is, oh boy. I just want to put that out there and do this brief reading on this shit, because it's been coming to me the past few days, and she was like, I'm sexy. He said, I'm sexy. I'm sexy. I said, that's why you hear him talking to your mama? She said, yeah, but he's saying it to me. I'm sexy. And move around and dance like I'm sexy. And I said, do you understand? She said, no. But that's what he keeps saying. And she's like, she's looking at her chest. She's like, I have nothing in my chest. No breast. It's just a flat chest. He's telling me to pinch my nipple, like rub my chest and turn to the side, and trying to have somebody else show me how to turn my body. It's disgusting. It's just a little bony little goddamn girl. Just a beautiful little girl, but just tiny, with no woman, develop features and shit, and they trying to make this little girl like, goddamn. This is what she keep telling me. They doing this, and this is word they say to me. I said, you understand? She said, no, I'm just telling you this is what they say to me. Turn for me. Put your leg out. Point your toe. Twist. Turn around. And she's like, I ain't got no ass, I ain't got no titties, they telling me to turn a little bit around, it ain't there, goddamn it, and pull my clothes down, and people are watching on this virtual thing, getting off on it, and men that's there getting off on it, and talking to her real seductive, but she don't know what it means, but she's repeating it to me, and I'm just like, she said, well, they got me, I'm in this room, she's on underground. They do this, and it's like cages, and I'm just like, she's like, this is on the web, this dark web, and these people are talking. This is all digital. This is all non-emotional. This is all business. It's a whole ring. She said, they've been doing this for years. For years. It's just why they get missing. She said, a lot of them aren't dead. They just move them around. They're not physically dead. They move them around. They take them out of the country, and they traffic them, and nobody even knows they're in the U.S. When they visit the U.S. for tricks underground, when they go to Mexico, when they go to Saudi Arabia, go to Europe, that's a delicacy. And some people will pay millions of dollars to watch them, model them, have sex with them, murder them, and then feast on the child flesh. That's the ultimate goal. I want to catch my prey. I want to entertain my prey. I want to ejaculate on my prey. And then the ultimate feast and the ultimate power is to physically consume the flesh. And they have a big old feast, and it's elaborate, and it's beautiful, and these celebrities do the same kind of thing. It's all tapped into the same. She said, even in perfumes, we are in perfumes. Our glands are in perfumes, our hormones, the secretions from it. The most expensive perfumes are this is like a God elixir, a God consciousness, the ones that cost more, and the ones that are most addictive, that you just take a little bit of them. She said they have human DNA in them, and the secretion from the gland, and also the ones you get that celebrities get on the low mixed with blood and adrenochrome that make them reverse aging like a werewolf and a vampire elixir, along with the food. They keep it froze, so they can get to it until I thought every month or so, especially when the solstices and holiday, they get ready for one now. When they had a round award ceremony, they have a human sacrifice. You got that award, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. And a lot of these artists, you think get these awards, they be paying for them awards. So they be fucking somebody. They may make some kind of deal. Wash my hand, I wash yours. All these things tie in together with what happened to this little girl. certain ones look a certain way, whether they light with blue eyes like her or whether they dark or brown. And the little girl is beautiful and she has a certain God consciousness depending on her DNA and where her ancestors came from. She coming. Don't nobody know where to look for them. They might know their name. If they don't want you to be found, they ain't gonna let you be found. If they want you to be found, they're gonna let you be your body come up or wash up or something. A lot of them don't be found, but they don't be dead. They don't be physically dead. It depends on the reason they keep them and how long they're going to keep them, what type of death is going to be, and if they're going to be displayed or parts going to be displayed. You know, speaking of that, I've been telling y'all, and I said again the other day, didn't I tell y'all it was going to be on the news about these body parts found in these houses and buildings and shit? Do you know a few hours ago, earlier today, they done found, it's in the news, I shared it, they done found all these body parts and it played. They done lock these motherfuckers up behind that shit. I tell y'all, Nipsey talking about explosions happening, riots happening, people shooting police, attacking police in the street, nationally, internationally. And in Detroit a few hours ago, they said multiple explosions done happened. Fires up there. It's off the goddamn chain up there. One of the small engine plane done crashed today. 5 people is dead. I'm looking for the commercial ones. I don't want to look for it, but I see that's goddamn it coming. This big old blizzard didn't happen in California in Nevada yesterday. I gotta tell you, that shit was going on. It's a really, like, I think maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million gallons of water missing out of California. It's in a drought. God damn it, so much I'd be saved and trying to get on to come to me so fast when the Spirit let me run across and Nipsey let me run across and see this here. These things exposing Jay-Z and Beyonce, and that people said she's been stealing for years. And like I told you, you know, Solange and them, how they got together and a fool and all of them tried to do me a couple of years ago. When Nipsey came in here, he told me, don't do that deal. And they were trying to steal my Vagina Power catalog. To this day, have not paid me. And I knew not to do it because that's when the demon got off the contract and came from New York City to Atlanta and told me that goddamn it shit. And, you know, her and Jay-Z, they next because they tied to Lauren and Diddy and Nipsey. Now, see, I don't really want to say nothing about this shit. I'm glad that these other psychics are talking about this. He finna go down after Diddy because didn't I tell you that by all readings, Nipsey said that Jay-Z and Bay them and they were getting money off of him. He's on the Rock Nation and they was up there and set him up and sacrificed him with Diddy and T.I. and DJ Khaled and Big Booty John Legend that just got his new hip implant and got his hip. I guess he got an updated booty lift and shit. With Christy Teigen, his wife, who said she eat him a flesh. And, you know, but you know, who the fuck am I? You know, I got a mental problem. You know, you need to leave that man alone and let that man go back home to his wife in LA, his actress wife with the goddamn dimples that he ain't never motherfucking married. You need to be ashamed of yourself. Leave that goddamn man alone and all that shit. I done told you it's Eritrea and Ethiopia in this bitch now. Told you this my spirit nigga. I love this nigga. I ain't finna let this shit go. You have been riding for this nigga since 2019. And what I say he told me, look at how all this stuff is come out. He said JC set him up and cloned his weed strain with the baby mama and them and P did. You know, I'm just thankful. This is my revenge, goddammit. I mean, because all this stuff I said the man said and about the weather and water world and diseases and all this shit. And these planes, you see all this here shit is coming out. Huh? All the other psychics and people talking about it and exposing it. So I'm you know, but they tried to kill me for this shit. You know, poison me and threaten me and send crazy bitches over here, mental unstable fat bitches, to get my neighbors and try to kill me and set me up. You really think those things were coincidences that happened to me? They ain't like because I was talking and then they trying to cheat line. Nips ain't over there. She ain't fucking him. She making that shit up. That ain't her spirit, nigga, and all this shit. You know, what about justice for Lauren London and all the lies she told on Lauren London? What about justice for T.I. and Tiny and all the lies? But what did I fucking lie about? Everything I said, goddammit, that the man told me in the spirit has come out right now. Huh? And it's still coming out. I'm gonna go in here and get me something to eat. Goddamn it, I ain't ate all day. Had my little lunch. Y'all like what I'm saying? You want to hear about more of what I'm saying here? You appreciate me and the work I do. Hit my cash app, make it clap. Donate to me, show me your love and support. And I will continue to love and support you and put this information out as it come to me. I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon.